Welcome to Relay Radio. I'm your host, Derek Dreyer. To my right is my co-host, Daniel Hall. We will be lighting the torch of knowledge to bring you exhilarating insights, expert tips, and inspiring stories.
Immerse yourself in the world of business, entrepreneurship, and life as we pass a baton of knowledge, empowering you to sprint towards greatness.
Today's episode is another internal. So we're gonna talk about current state of our business. We've actually, honestly, tomorrow is our 1 year mark of actually being a fulfillment center, being in business as a whole, and everything like that. So, yeah. So we're gonna come in. We're gonna talk. Yeah.
Talk all things relay.
Yes. Talk all things relay. Update you guys about some of our goals that we set.
Yeah.
I think it's really important if you're starting out as a business to set goals. I think it's been proven that if you set goals in general, like you're more likely to like reach the goals you set, or like, work harder to get the things you want. So we sat down and we set 1 year goals, we set 3 year goals, and we set 10-year goals. And like I said, really important for you to just map out the vision of your company. You don't always, we found, which we'll go over in a little bit, you don't always like reach some of the goals. Some of them may be a little bit overly ambitious, or you may just pivot your business along the way, and some of those goals may change over time. So, but yeah, we'll talk about that. And then what else?
Failure to plan is planning to fail. And we're going to talk about some like current topics after we've kind of covered the serious stuff. Some things to keep it a little bit more light, just because our business or our podcast is so like business focused. I feel like if we have these internals where we can kind of talk about more entertaining topics, if you will, for other people outside of what this podcast stands for, we may attract some new guests. So that's kind of our goal, right? Is to grow this podcast. So I'd be lying if we're just trying to keep the same subscriber count forever. We're we're doing this to grow, not to go viral, but we'd love a steady growth, and that's why we're proving that we can be consistent despite our schedules.
Yeah, we can reflect on the podcast as well.
Absolutely.
So we've been doing it. I don't know the time frame that we've been doing it, but this will be our 17th episode.
17?
So we've done 16.
17? That's 17 weeks straight of uploading.
Yeah. So
4 weeks, 4.25 weeks, 4.25 months. Damn.
Yeah, we've been on top of it, man.
Pretty consistent.
The podcast has been fun. I don't know what that ringing noise is. Hopefully you don't hear it in the mic, but with the podcast, eventually you'll run out of guests, right? So as our business grows, we're going to have more awareness for our podcast from our clients and just other people that may want to be on a podcast in which we've connected with. And so hopefully we don't run out of guests anytime soon, because I think like our list was like for almost a whole year, but as we grow this podcast, relationships change as well. There may be less people on the list, but we have found some new ones. Like I want to interview Spencer. Spencer's our newest client.
That would be good. That would be an interesting.
He owns a company called Toddlers Can Read. He started during COVID, so we're about to fulfill for him like starting next week, and he's been crushing it. So I think it'll be cool to have him on here as well. That'll be probably his first ever
podcast. I definitely would like to get more of our clients. We've only done Max, right? Max
we're trying. Oh, we didn't get Valaire. Damn.
Yeah.
We need to get them as well.
Yeah, we can talk to Sean and Katie and plan something.
Maybe
but yeah,
Ted.
I would love to get some of our clients in here and highlight them and their journeys.
A cool one would be our investors. So
Yeah.
people can actually meet them,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can, and a podcast, you kind of tell a little bit more than you normally would. So maybe we can get more out of them in the podcast. And they've done podcasts before, or Ted owns one, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, so it would be cool to have them individually, so we can, just like, and essentially interrogate them.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of cool too.
It's definitely been a lot of fun, and I think maybe this is just me, but I think we've gotten better as the podcast has gone along.
It's more laid back.
Especially since our first episode was our biggest episode. And
We got a lot of flack for that.
that
but
kind
you
of
guys-
sucks. Yeah. So we've gotten a lot of feedback of like, oh, these guys don't know how to ask questions. They don't know what they're doing. But I mean, hey man, it was our first time. You know, we definitely look at the feedback. Austin tells us the feedback and, you know, ways to improve. And I think we've kind of done that along the way.
Yeah.
We probably still will never memorize the intro and the outro.
Yeah, no, probably not. That's not important.
I think
though.
that keeps it keeps it fluid, right?
Maybe soon we'll have a teleprompter and shit like that. So I mean, we're working on improving.
Austin gonna be typing shit on the teleprompter
Yeah, so-
as we're going.
Budget approved.
So now, like, we have kind of gotten better at like the interviewing process. We are starting to. I mean, we've kind of planned to improve this podcast, like the set. So we have some things in mind. Obviously, with that comes more money, right? Being spent. The podcast obviously doesn't generate money. So it's like, does it make sense? But we think it does, just because this is it's a vertical integration for our business. And so with people coming in and seeing what our business is about, if they can see that we have like, you know, a podcast, we have a YouTube for the distribution channel, we have other things, like it'll just grow more interest with clients and they want to work with us more. So I always see it as like, these are all like key marketing pieces for your business, especially for our new business that we'll talk about soon. Entendre. But yeah,
Is that what that word means?
Yeah, it's like a double meaning type vibe, hidden meaning.
All right.
But
Test a note.
but yeah, we're excited to grow this podcast, just because, like we always say, the purpose of our social medias are not to go viral. It is growth perspectives, and growth has so many different meanings, whether it's like our improvement of like how we interview and how we are behind the camera, our production process, just like improving the actual business. Like there's so many other ways than just like the subscriber and view count. So we don't just look at that. We look at every aspect, and it's fun. But yeah, Austin, what do you think?
And mainly, the number one thing is it's our marketing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
how we
It's our
market
organic
and advertise our business, right? So it's like, yeah, we're not making this to
Exposure.
go viral. We're just making this to really show who we are.
Yeah, I mean, virality is
Right.
I
I mean, obviously that's nice, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, because the last thing really we want to do in this industry is like door to door. It's hard to go door to door in an industry
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Like Daniel was saying, you know, he does a lot of his door to door on TikTok
Tactics.
Shop.
Yeah.
So, you know, going in people's DMs, and I mean, I consider that door to door.
Yeah.
it is.
If
Yeah,
you think about
The
it.
new age door to door.
And with fulfillment, it's hard to go door to door.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of businesses that you can go door to door.
Mhm.
And, you know, so social media and what we're doing with our media is very valuable. And also, we do get a lot of recommendations, word of mouth. So
I think
another
that's the
thing.
most powerful piece, is the word of mouth. Like
Yeah.
that's like stretches far beyond what you can do in marketing. So with
But
this,
it's been crazy though, that the amount of like
Yeah.
leads that we've had alone from the podcast, the YouTube, the Instagram. So it's like, it's really cool to see that taking this a new age approach, right, to marketing and advertising is kind of like paying off for us.
we should put our podcast link and all our social media links in every single video of every single channel that we do. So like on our
I honestly don't know if you do that already or not.
we?
but
I don't.
yeah,
Okay, we
need
should.
to.
Yeah, we should definitely do that, just because like if someone goes to
podcasting.
Relay Distro page and they say, "Oh, they didn't know we had a podcast," you'd be like, "Oh shit, they have a podcast." That's
It's
cool.
like when you click on a YouTuber's description, it's got the camera I use, the memory
Yeah,
card,
yeah.
the lens,
Link,
the
yeah.
everything.
Well, I
like,
told him to
the toilet
I
paper I,
told
use.
him the few episodes that I've talked about, like our business credit cards and stuff, I told him to put the referral link. in there.
Oh yeah, we should.
So
start
hey,
doing that.
we could be getting a bonus here.
Hey,
soon.
Shit.
I'll take the
Never
whatever
know, yeah.
points you get.
100,000 points.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it
how do you think the podcast is going?
It's going good. I was gonna say, when you were talking, the only thing that's changed, the two things that have changed are just the flow of everything. You guys have gotten way better, and then the location. We've had
Yeah.
3 locations.
Yeah, we have we have a good location now, but it's just like these are all like moving blankets, aka sound
It's
It's
blankets.
ratchet.
We're literally surrounded with moving blankets.
I mean, if you go to Relay Distro, you'll see like how we set up, but we
I
have
think-
some
Did
plans.
you talk about what we want to do? Like about the putting the walls?
Oh, we can.
He did.
yeah.
He did a little
as well.
minimally. He did. But
Yeah.
Go into
Done
it.
some
I guess
brainstorming.
like for right now, like what you see on our left and right side, well, you don't see it, but On our left and right side are 2 moving blankets, or like one on each side. We want to put walls in between, and that's where instead of the moving blankets, it'll be walls. It will go kind of all the way up, and we can put like sound panels. And then maybe instead of having this table in front of us and the arms of the mics were kind of in our face, we have the mic stands, and then we have like almost like a U-shape conference table that would just be more advantageous to have more guests. Because right now our setup is just 3 guests, and as we grow like the size of this room, because of the table, we can maybe have 4 or 5 at a time, and then we're kind of just like, it's almost like a full-on panel discussion rather than just a podcast. I think that
Still want some cozy chairs, man. I kind of like that. We were just like,
I do. I like
couch
these
is so
chairs.
Derek likes to
comfortable.
kick back.
Yeah,
get his feet
I
up.
like,
I do.
like, to get
I
the,
like
you
these
know,
too, but if we had like nice office
lazy
chairs,
boys.
yeah, no, well, I mean, shit, fucking bean bags. That'd be kind
No,
of
with the table, you have the table, and then
Yeah.
you have Derek and his lazy boy just on
Yeah,
the side,
yeah.
like
and just like
Yeah,
the mic
yeah.
stand and the lazy
big
boy.
chilling.
Yeah, but
down for
we're
that.
we're trying to grow this and make it really pretty. Costs a lot of money to do. You know, it's gonna be. We're gonna have, instead of C stands for the mics, we're gonna have arms that come out of the walls. So it's gonna be a lot more commercial, professional looking. That way, like if we ever decide that we want to lease the space out, we can, and it'll look presentable online. Because shit, if I put this shit online right now, nobody will do this shit.
You can always, like, and
Yeah.
then going back to the lease thing is like you can also close it in and make it an office if you know.
Yeah, we can do that
Just
too.
add a wall.
But yeah, I'm tired of seeing our guests reels and there's like a fucking moving blanket with a hole in the back.
But yeah, my goal is to definitely, like, every single time we've had a guest on and they're coming back for the second episode, it's when our studio is fully developed. That way they can see the transformation. Like if Leo came back to Houston, I mean, he did it in my office. If he came here and it was like a professional set, he'd be like,
I think
whoa.
the office setup was honestly the best one.
It was
best
pretty
setup
good.
we
I
had,
mean,
but
it was very,
Daniel-
like-
But Daniel was like, I need a
He's like,
fucking
I need
office,
my
bro.
office back.
Yeah, but it was also
Office.
like too small of a room to film.
It got hot in there too.
Yeah, it got hot in there too.
I
So,
liked it.
but yeah, the podcast has been amazing, and I guess we can talk about like the the growth of the 1 year. You know how we've been doing and relay
For Relay?
distribution.
So when y'all started Relay, was there ever in your mind like to start a podcast, or did that just come as?
No, that was a goal of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I had a podcast, right? Subliminal Thoughts, and just didn't work out. And I love podcasts, but I think there wasn't a goal to make it a business podcast. It was just like, let's make a podcast. And
There was just that idea, and you didn't
Yeah.
know kind of like.
yeah,
Was
So
that
it
be-
started with like we really want to make a YouTube and document everything.
yeah, for sure.
And then it kind of turned into like, okay, let's use the YouTube to market ourselves and,
Yeah.
and that way. And then Daniel had been talking about wanting to do a podcast. So we decided, okay, well, let's do a podcast in the same kind of realm of what we're doing with the YouTube.
Yeah.
And just multi-channel, right? Like, let's do a podcast, let's do an Instagram, let's do a YouTube, let's do a TikTok. So it's just social media and marketing and putting ourselves out there.
Yeah, because the first warehouse we looked at in Katy, it was like 6,000 square feet, and the office was like 2 floors. But we saw it. We didn't think about a podcast studio. We didn't think about any of that. We just thought about like fulfillment. And that was like June, July, August of 2022.
But that wasn't even for Relay.
It was. Oh, it wasn't even for Relay. It
That
was
was
just
for-
for like our 2 brands, and then our brands that we, I was developing.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, we didn't sign there because we would have probably been in a very rough spot because it would have been like a 3 or 5 year lease.
Yeah, we would have had to find a sublease and
Yeah, that would have been a nightmare. So fast forward to like October, like the beginning of October when we started like moving everything down here, established, and then we got our first client that was outside of us, and that was Max Tuning. Right? That
was it
Max
Flux
Tuning.
or Max? I think it was kind
it
of
was-
at the same time.
It was Max.
It was Max first for
Max and then
sure.
Flux.
Yeah, Flux
Yeah.
was after him.
Yeah, Flux was
Yeah.
when I was like DMing him on TikTok.
I think Max is when like we had saw that he would post. Somebody posted something, right? Or
That
he
he was-
posted that he,
He
was.
posted
doing a
it, and
warehouse
then somebody
sale,
sent it
right?
to me.
Yeah,
And then I messaged him. I texted him or messaged him.
and I think that's when Daniel and I were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
do you want to like?
Fuck it.
You
Yeah.
want to just like start doing this for other people? Like,
because we have these
Max
bins.
needs help. Yeah, we have these bins. We
that
have
we
the
already paid
setup
for.
essentially. We
Yeah.
have the bandwidth and the knowledge, and so we were just like, fuck
Yeah,
it,
and
let's go for it.
We thought that it was this. I mean, I thought, because I had never had experience in building this as a business. I mean, I thought it was gonna be smooth sailing, making a lot of money. Everybody was gonna do thousands of orders every single month, but especially with the startups too, like
I'll talk about why we're laughing at that comment.
Yeah.
In a little bit, but
but this just goes to show you, like, production is there's so many headaches, so many ebbs and flows of things that go wrong in business, and not necessarily on our part, but it's just other things that we can't control. And I mean, we set some pretty amazing goals, I think. And I mean, in the past like 11, 12 months of this business, like, honestly, it's been so fun, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it has flown by so fast. Like, I can't even imagine if we didn't have the experience and the reputation that we have in this industry, how hard it would be to start this kind of business.
that's what I
Like,
kind of
it's-
talked about that in the Q&A that we just posted, because people were like, oh, like tips and tricks on starting a fulfillment center. I'm like, there's no just tips and tricks. Like,
Yeah,
it's
there's
a
not.
fucking
You either
high
gotta-
overhead, hard as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you have to kind of know what you're doing. You can't just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to start a fulfillment center and then just start doing it. Like, you have to have
Yeah,
experience.
because like Derek and I, like, we are very like complementary with this kind of business. Like, he has my strengths, and then I have his weaknesses, right? Kind of like a yin and yang thing. Like, I was very much in the social media space, like documented stuff. Derek was very behind the scenes with the brands before, and then we didn't tell anyone that we were like the most knowledgeable people. We just put our head down, we just did what we did, and people can see the years of consistency that we put behind this. So like, in the beginning, I think I said this in the Q&A too, like, there's not a lot of people that are going to believe in what you're doing. It's going to take a long time for you to grab their attention finally. And you're going to have to consistently post. This is why we hammer the YouTube so much, because there's a lot of ghost watchers. I say ghost watchers because, like, these are the people that won't like your shit. They won't comment your shit, but they'll give you a view. And those are the people that, like, either were scared to work with you in the beginning and didn't really believe in your vision, or they're just people like, they just want to see what the fuck you're doing. That's all it is. And
yeah, I'm a ghost watcher on your Instagram shit.
I'm sure. Yeah. So like, now we're starting to get a lot of people who have been in the fitness industry, are bigger influencers, and they're seeing us as more accredited because of our portfolio that we've built with our YouTube. Super fucking important.
Yeah, and then providing results, right? So
Yeah.
proven methods and results is like on top of the hard work is just consistency and providing that to your customers. And then, like Austin said earlier, word of mouth and referrals are huge. And I feel like referrals are huge in any service based industry that you're in.
Yeah, it's the best form of clientele. I mean, the call we just had this week with Meg Squat's team, I mean, if you know fitness, like, you've been in it for a long time, you know Meg Squats.
Mhm.
And that came from Alex Moe. Like, Alex and I have been friends for a good amount of time. Like, it's like a web. And these are high-level influencers that are introducing other high-level influencers to us. So it's just been a ride. Yeah, for sure. It's been fucking fun, though.
Yeah. You like that ride?
We've been on the rocket.
I've been riding,
Rocket
bro.
ship.
I've been fucking riding.
So we can talk about, since we're talking about Relay and the start, what we did when we first started is we sat down as a team and we kind of talked about the business, and we talked about different aspects of the business, like what is our purpose? And our purpose was to help all entrepreneurs streamline their business. And I feel like we've stayed very true to
We definitely
that
have.
purpose.
Yeah,
I feel like,
100%.
and branching off of that purpose, I feel like is where we stemmed the other arms of our business. We talked about our target market, which is really important. You want to have a niche or target audience, and that is direct to consumer e-commerce brands is what we kind of set ourselves to. Specifically, those that are influencer backed, and I think we've stayed pretty true to that market as well.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to look back on these, right?
Yeah, I think with the DTC, direct to consumer, we kind of veered off a little bit with that little with that one client, Bluebird, who came in and kind of like entertained the idea of
B2B.
That was a referral,
Yeah.
right? Like,
but I'm saying it
crazy
kind of
referral.
like that was
Yeah.
something that kind of like took our attention away from
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know, D2C, and then it was kind of like
I think
that's
that
gonna
was
be
one
a
of those
lot of work.
Yeah, it's one of
Let's
those
go
things
back.
that would have been a huge client for us, but it's just one of those things where also, and we may have talked about it, but at the end of the day, you have to say no to some opportunities, no matter how like
Yeah.
big and shiny they are. It's
shiny metal object for
Yeah,
real.
it's like
dude.
That was a huge one, definitely.
Yeah,
that
we
one.
would have made a lot of fucking money with that. Like everybody would have
Yeah.
made good money, to be
but
honest.
we would have had to kind of basically redo our operations from the ground up, get a bigger space, or like figure it would have had to been a huge thing. Obviously space, right? We talked about one of our biggest struggles being space, and that's one of them, and that's one of the clients that we couldn't bring on because of space. Which
It's for a good cause, for a good reason, I think.
Yeah. We did make a good connection with them, so maybe in the long run, once we get to that level, we can maybe approach them again and be, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we also talked about 3 uniques for our business, which is your brand is our brand.
Yeah.
We focus on taking away the headache so you can focus on your strength, and this is you as a consumer. And I think we've done that as well. And then our team, right? We have a really solid team of individuals. What do you guys think of those 3 things? You think we're still pretty on par with?
Yeah,
those,
we're staying
like-
pretty true, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially the your brand is our brand. I think a lot of our clients realize that with like the level of communication that we provide, and then just knowledge, and I'm doing things for clients, just helping them on their Shopify, like back end things, and
Yeah, it's all about the little things that you
yeah.
would do as a business owner that we're
Mhm.
providing to them too. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
on top
also
of
with
it.
the product development side too, like Valera coming to us for full product development, we give them recommendations for fabrics for the
Yeah.
pieces rather than just like, this is all you get.
well, I think even if we aren't doing product
Yeah.
development for them, Daniel's like, hey, you should do this, or hey,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do you think about doing this to improve your packaging or
Yeah.
branding?
Yeah.
And
Daniel, talk about a little bit about that meeting the other day, like
Oh, yeah.
with them first time feeling fabrics, like,
Yeah. So,
and how important that is.
yeah. So, main product development focus for us is apparel because that's what I feel like I'm the best at. They worked with another product development company, so we're essentially like a middleman, right? We bridge the gap between us. We're the liaison between like the manufacturer and like the client, right? So they worked with a product development company that literally just for every product they have, they ask them to send the exact piece to the manufacturers, and they kind of reverse engineer that, and they'll get like maybe 1 fabric or 2 fabrics to choose from, and that's it. There's no wide range of versatility, and so one of their collections is like ribbed, for example. Like we kind of gave them like 6 different styles of ribbed. Like the peaks and valleys were lower, peaks and valleys were wider. So there's so many different types of hand feels, and I think like with apparel, you don't know what you don't know. They're very new to this game, and they just like soft stuff, right? So you give them different options, and you say, okay, well, I don't think that softness is always going to be better for each product. Like every product is very different. You sometimes like you got to go a little rougher or maybe like less stretchy, depending on what you're trying to do with the fabric. And they didn't know any of this stuff. So when we brought in the designer, obviously me and Dakota as well, like they were all so excited because we put like 50 different fabrics for 3 collections right in front of them, and they've never experienced that before. And that was the first round. So they have another round coming for those 3 collections as well. So like it was just like a new level of experience for them, and also like personability, actually building the product that they really love because they have so many different options to choose from, and also teaching them, right? Like the value,
Yeah, I was going to say, and also educating them.
yeah, the value of that, why certain nylons are better than others, or certain fabrics are better for each product. Like they didn't know any of that. They just they just like the clothes and if it fits or if they like the way it feels, and that's it. They didn't know anything about that. They're like, what's a double brushed? What's a ripstop nylon? What is that? Like, what is the difference? What's a woven? What's a knitted nylon? So I think those things are so important because that's going to really establish us as a branch of trust in this product development space and really shifting the market.
Well, because a lot of you know, middlemen, for lack of a better term, right, is what they do is they just want the customer to tell them what they want to make, and then they'll just make it. They won't go any further. They just want to kind of just
they want to make it as fast as possible so they can get more orders in as fast as possible.
Yeah, so the missing piece there is that education aspect of like why, like you said, why you should use certain fabrics or why you should do certain things, and yeah, I think that's where we'll provide the best value and right. And they probably do it in the sense of like, well, they don't want their clients to go off and make their own thing, right? They don't want to like teach them the process.
Yeah.
But if you're doing your job really well, then you should be able to retain them as a client, even though you're educating them, right? And that's that trust factor that Daniel was talking
I'm not
about.
saying I'm the best at what I do, but it's me versus whoever.
Yeah, how long were you waiting to say that on the fucking podcast?
If you know, you know that line.
He's been waiting for that moment.
Well, that's gonna be Relay's line too. I ain't saying the best of what we
change our whole
motto. Cease and desist.
So when we going back to that meeting we had, we sat down, we talked about, you know, our purpose, our market, and just like the direction of the business. We sat 1-year goals, 3-year goals, and 10-year goals. So for our 1-year goal, we said we wanted to do 10 million revenue top line.
We're not even close.
And that's where we were laughing earlier because Daniel is overly ambitious.
Absolutely.
I think it's you know, and that's become more of our 3-year goal now, right? You realize, okay, that was a very reach goal.
Yeah.
So we kind of sat back. We looked at where we were realistically, but also, what can we do to drive more revenue? And that is
can they see you on camera feeling your leg right now?
Probably.
Yeah, they probably can.
Yeah. I'm talking, bro.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
I told him earlier we need to get him like a little fidget toy or something. He's always fidgeting.
Shit. Okay.
Damn, bro. I'm talking about real shit here, bro.
He's just like feeling himself.
Flip it.
I need to shave, bro. I need to shave my knees.
What?
Oh my God. Just so you guys know, every time Derek's talking, he's feeling himself.
I am. Watch the YouTube.
Double entendre.
Watch the YouTube. You'll get to see. Double entendre. Yeah, so that 10 million is more like our 3-year. And that's not 10 million like net, right? That's just top line gross.
Yeah.
Gross revenue.
And with fulfillment, it's we expected like everyone to have high turnovers, right? So like your space, the confined space that you have would be like very optimized, right? Like if someone orders 10,000 units, they're going to sell 9,000 of it like really immediately. It's an immediate restock. Like that's what I thought was going to happen because I'm so accustomed to seeing that. And, you know, very quickly did we get humbled and, you know, understand that like your revenue is capped at the space that you're at.
The space and then your clients.
Yeah, your client
right?
too.
So
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
some may come in and have like these expectations and they may not perform as well as they anticipated, which is normal. I think e-commerce has been down a little bit recently. So
like 20-30%.
But yeah, I mean, we just had to, you know, step back, reevaluate, see where we were, and I think we're on a great pace for what we're doing. And like Daniel said, the space, right? I think we can do a little bit more with this space to maximize, which we're working on. But
I think we should be evaluated now at a 7-figure company.
Think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I think we could. One of our other goals was 15 happily serviced clients. And
Happily.
I think Dana's good at that. But where we at? 14 clients.
Well, if you're talking about just fulfillment,
yeah,
so then 14. But if we're talking about pro dev with fulfillment, then we've exceeded 15.
3 pro dev, and then I guess you can't really count. I mean, you can count photography, but we've done like 3 or 4 different types of jobs for.
But those are duplicate clients, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's like a retainer.
So we're talking about different.
retainer clients.
Yeah, we're definitely
Retainer, yeah.
over. If you're talking
Mhm.
about like all the businesses combined, we're over
Yeah.
15 clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had a goal for a 4,000 order a day capacity, and I think we can get that. I think we can do that out of this space. And then
that would be
10
crazy, bro.
at capacity, right? That doesn't mean we're doing it.
Yeah. If
we
we're
just-
doing 4,000 orders a day, bro,
Yeah.
that would be fucking wild, bro.
And then 10 full-time employees, which right now we're at 5 full-time, and then we have 4 part-time. So almost 10 employees in general. So obviously the employees come with operations and space and what we're doing, right? So we run very lean operation. We don't like hire a bunch of people and then just have people sitting around all day doing nothing. We're making sure everybody's taking care of shit. And then some of our 3-year goals, I feel like we're already on track for a lot of these. One of them was fully structured organizational departments. And what I mean by that is the legs of the business that we've been talking about, which is media, product development, fulfillment, and then studio. So we've already kind of have all that outlined.
But I mean, going further into that, we will be having a board of directors.
Yeah.
We're going to be a lot more structured towards growth, quarterly meetings to actually project growth. Like we're trying to be very, very like serious about this growth. Like there's
For sure.
like if we're not growing every quarter by like 20-30%, especially in the first 2 to 3 years, which are like the easy years, then we've got some explaining to do,
Yeah.
you know?
Another goal for 3 years was acquire 1 property.
Yeah.
So we still definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
We want to automate fulfillment and have a capacity of 10,000 orders a day. That's going to be. It's not going to be. It'll be tough in this space for sure. 100% tough in this space. But this is a 3-year goal, right?
What do you think is realistic for 10,000 orders a day? How many machines?
Probably like 2 or 3 of those machines, but it's also like the volume, right?
Yeah.
Depends on
We
the
have to
volume.
be-
So if it's like 10,000 cold corks a day, that
Yeah. So
to
what
me, we can
what
do
is
that
your,
out of here.
Yeah.
We just set up the fucking.
yeah.
He's saying like
you know.
how it's split between each
Yeah. How would you
client.
split that then? Like, you know, shit.
It's tough.
Like
if
at
it's-
10,000 employees.
It's hard to forecast things like this, right?
You said 10,000 employees.
I mean, 10,000 orders,
Jesus.
10,000 orders a day would
We-
probably be like
we would need
30
like
packers,
we would need like
30 pickers.
We would need to be in like 100,000 square.
Yeah,
foot
we need
facility.
like 30, 40 pickers
yeah,
for sure.
probably robots at that point. Like that's why
Yeah,
it says
yeah.
fully automated. So,
That'd be wild.
dude, with the pace we're on though, like
I think we can get
it's
there in
not,
3 years.
It's not that far
I know,
fetched.
it's
Dude, if we're
crazy.
doing
Like,
10,000, if we can do 10,000 orders a day, we're gonna far exceed 10 million.
so obviously these goals were set for fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
We did have in here full account management for sourcing, which we're pretty much already doing. So
Yep.
I think what we'll do is probably at the end of or beginning of Q1 next year, maybe end of Q4 this year, we will sit down and we'll set individual goals for, and we kind of did. We set some Q4 goals for each arm, but I think we'll redo this whole thing and make it more specific to those businesses.
Yeah.
Individually. And then like our 10-year vision, right, is a full turnkey solutions, which is what we've been talking about and what we're already doing. So
million square feet.
I think we need to redo some of these 10-year goals and things like that. But
Million square feet would be fucking.
I mean, if you've
Million?
been following us, if you listen to what I just said with our goals, like you'll see a lot of them are already coming to fruition for us. And like,
Yeah.
and that's why I think it's really important to have like that vision and like. I think I was watching an Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary, and he said like he had this vision in his mind that he was going to be an
Mr. Olympia.
Olympia bodybuilder, right?
I'm
And he
coming
made it happen.
day
it's
and
like-
night.
if you can visualize these things, it makes it a lot easier to obtain. Is what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah.
set goals for your business, for sure. How do you
You know,
feel
our-
about everything?
Our business is is built upon visionary though in the beginning, right? Obviously implementation is super important, but like having this grand vision of where we want to be, the divisions, this is what is different in the fulfillment space and what a lot of fulfillment space or this space or industry has lacked. I think there wasn't a vision, because I see with like a lot of these companies is they're pretty much duplicated. They're almost like a copy and paste. They're these corporate people or B2B. They come in with a fuck ton of money from VCs or private equity, and they're dumping into this automation space, and they're taking clients. They have a huge space, and then they don't really understand like the personability aspect that makes you guys a lifetime client, because there's two ways to define a lifetime client for me. That's the ones that want to stay, and those are the ones that have to stay. So like with a lifetime client, we give a value-driven proposition to all of these clients. We make them want to stay. Like the difference is so vast in the service and the level of service that we provide versus all of these other fulfillment centers. What I mean by have to stay is like they make it impossible for you to leave.
Yeah.
If you have 10,000 SKUs, it'll probably cost you $300,000-$400,000 to leave their space. Like that's fucking crazy to migrate to another fulfillment center, right? Or your own. So like you have to recoup that cost somehow, right? So if you're moving to another place, you got to find out how long it's going to take you to recoup that money, or like you're like, fuck it, I have to stay because it's impossible for me to leave.
Yeah.
And then for us, it's like we're building value within our companies and our clients. So like, for instance, the product development side, we're trying to over deliver in every aspect. Of course, we're newer, so we have less clients, so we can provide, more level of experience.
Yeah, hands-on.
Right? More hands-on.
Yeah.
Of course, as we grow, our team grows, but we hope that we can always be this hands-on with everything. We're making it to where like, yeah, our first agreement is 6 months, but people are already telling us like, I'm going to stay with you for like forever. Because you're providing me a level of service that like, you're basically running my company for me in terms of this side.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Well, that just goes back to streamlining business.
literally
right?
streamline.
So
Yeah. So
that's what I was gonna say is as long as we're staying true to like our purpose and what we're doing, and then providing that level of communication, then it should always be like that.
yeah. Yeah. Even the media side. Like talk to like you did the Pipe Vice.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah,
then
that was
they
fun.
like, what did they ask for? And then what did you provide?
Yeah, so just the whole media side, I guess. It's like when I first came here, it was interesting, taking a risk. Almost a year ago today, Derek
Yeah.
was talking to me, and he was like, "Hey, we have an idea, and we want you to be here. You just can't be right now." Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "You just gotta wait." And I
Oh,
played
remember that. Yeah.
I played that waiting game for about a month, and then he called me. He's like, "All right, we're ready."
Yeah.
Packed up my shit and drove out here. And in the beginning, it's not that I didn't believe, but it was hard to believe because there's been so many times in my life where things have been like, "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna get this, like it's gonna happen," like all this big talk, and nothing was put behind those words besides words. And this just felt different. And then once I started to see things happen and stuff, I was like, "Dang, this is really gonna happen." And that led to eventually, Pipe Vice, our first media gig, and that went really, really well. He was very satisfied with all of the images that he received. We pretty much redid his whole website, all of the product photos. He asked for 3 photos of each, and we completely over-delivered. I think in total we were supposed to give him 60, and we gave him like 160 total photos. So including stuff on the warp wall, hanging shots, and like outside functional shots. So
Yeah, those shots came out sick. And then you also just did you did some graphics for our bra company that we have coming in, and he did message back.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, Austin's he's like, "Bro, did they say anything?"
This
I'm
is
like,
the live
he's like-
reaction.
He's been nervous,
This is
so
going in the
he
vlog.
actually texted me. He just said they all look perfect.
Let's
So
Oh, let's
Yeah.
go. I didn't even see the black ones. How'd the black ones come out?
Perfect.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
Because the pink ones were good. So like,
Those were,
shit, those were
if they
bitch.
listen
So-
to this, they'll be able to hear this
Yeah.
and watch our vlog, but they were a nightmare to deal with in Photoshop. But
the bras.
we got it done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
because because they wanted a 3D render, but like a 3D render that didn't look like it was a drawing, right? They wanted it to be the live 3D product.
Correct.
So that's how he was able to recreate that. And it looks like a render, but it also looks real. So it's really fucking cool.
That 3D effect for sure.
Really cool. Did a great job on that. So, and it's exciting to like start getting these types of jobs, right?
And I think it's what you guys were talking about earlier about like marketing our distribution channel and stuff. It's like, I think it's super cool, like, and self-rewarding for me knowing that Pipevise came from like YouTube and like the work that I've done.
Yeah.
That's super self-rewarding. I think that's like the biggest and best feeling that I've like felt in business so far. Like with my past jobs, there was nothing that was like really self-rewarding. There was no like there was no result.
You're just providing a service.
Yeah, there was no really result that felt super self-rewarding. So to like see that and build this relationship with him is just super, super self-rewarding.
Yeah, it's like comes from like the work that you put in with, you know, creating all of this for us. And then now it's like, hopefully we have a lifetime client in Pipevise and you know, something that's really, you know, they came in and they're one of our best clients. So,
well, to be honest, like,
it's cool.
I think like our investor, you know, our strategic partner that we're bringing in, a lot of it had to do with you. Cause like we have this vision. And when they came here in like November, it was an empty shell, and they see us like documenting the journey, you know, since they don't live here, they can in real time see what we're doing. And I think that's really important. So like they're part of that coming into our business or deciding to come into our business is also that portion as well. Because like as we grow this business, like relay distribution, hopefully we become nationwide, right, with multiple locations. But also, like, if we never forget the media side and documenting the journey, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll have 4 or 5 locations across the U.S. in the next 5 years, and there's different media teams across each state, and you're kind of like the head honcho for all of it, right? Like,
that's crazy.
Part of that is very important because, like, it's never been done. Like, it really has never been done. Like, it's so easy for us to say that we do this because like we know how to do it because it's second nature for us, whereas a lot of people are like they have to hire outside agencies and get all these people and it's a media team. Like it's just so different. Like so our level of production is running very lean versus like other companies that have to bring in all these people or they think they have to. And the belief in our brand far exceeds what Derek and I can storytell. It goes into what you can storytell with the videos too. So that's equally important, you know? And I mean, just watching our transformation of like this building, I always watch that video, bro, like the tour and like, it's just so cool to see. Like we're here. Like
it is cool.
It's like, I wonder where we'll be in the next 2 years and the next 3 Octobers or 2 Octobers.
I
like
can't believe
how
it's
many
only
more
been a
Drake
year.
albums.
Yeah.
How many more Drake
Only, no, he's done with music.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, it is self-rewarding. I know how you feel, and I'm glad you feel that way, man. Because like with our team growing this way, like we couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't do it with our warehouse people. We couldn't do it with like the team that is coming in and has been here. Like it's just so, it's fun for us, you know. Like
and for me, you know, like while growing the business and like you know bringing in clients and doing all that is important. Like the people that are working for us or with us are equally as important to me. So I always want to make sure you guys are happy. Or feeling self-rewarded. So that like Daniel said, that's great to hear. And hopefully there's a lot more to come.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's just the start.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got any new goals or what?
I mean, we haven't sat down and talked about them, but
I think what do we say for
what's on our mind?
We talked about Q4 goals. So we wanted to get 3 more pro dev contracts, which we may have one on the way.
Well, we have one signed already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was after the meeting. Yeah. So
the week, literally 3 days later.
Yeah, I think we wanted 2 to 3 more media gigs,
which that could definitely lead to
I think
one.
fulfillment we're kind of capped. We want to figure out our space situation, and we'll have a big Q4 meeting with our investors and kind of map out the next year to 2. So
we have
we'll set some more goals for that. But I think Black Friday was, you know, obviously Black Friday is a huge thing for fulfillment, right? So your monthly order volume literally could quadruple in 1 month. So it's always a huge task.
Yeah, we've been planning for Q4 and just kind of predicting what our volume would be. And we have Spencer coming in, which his volume is going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be very exciting to see, honestly.
His product is really cool, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think he'll be one of our biggest fucking
it's cool
clients.
because it's like it's life changing.
Oh, yeah,
Essentially,
yeah.
you know,
it is.
well, for kids, and then he
Yeah,
wants
well,
to do adults.
yeah.
That, you know, so like that could change lives too. So
Yeah.
When we see him on
Really
Monday,
cool.
we need to ask him. You want to come on a podcast? We have to ask him.
Yeah.
This is an in-person type of conversation. I feel like
That's
then you
it.
can't say no.
That's another thing. Like your brand is our brand. Like what
Yeah.
other fulfillment centers going to the clients' houses and picking up inventory?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody, bro.
I'll tell
We
you that.
do.
they'd
we
be
do
charging
shit.
a fuck ton more than
Than we are.
Yeah. We told him, you know, he's probably like, "Oh shit, that's it."
Well, when we
Yeah,
told
not
him
only
the
that-
price, he went like,
Okay, let's do it.
yeah, he smiled. He got the biggest smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like him, because like you can tell like his reaction or what he's thinking just by his facial expression.
He's funny, dude. Like
So it's
yesterday, we were talking about the shipping price. He's just like,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
he was so happy.
I
But
mean, but it's a good thing, right? You're like, okay,
Yeah.
he likes that price.
Yeah.
Okay, he likes this, or so it's like it's cool.
yeah, but
I also like going off that. We would go by one of our clients' jewelry stores and pick up her
Yeah.
stuff too. So, yeah, I think we do go above and beyond, probably a little bit more than we should. But I mean, hey,
you
that's-
got to in the beginning.
that's just who we are. That's
Yeah.
just what we do. I
You
mean,
said 15 happily clients.
yeah,
You,
yeah.
you have to.
Didn't say clients, said happily clients.
Happily.
Yeah, you got to do a lot of this shit in the beginning so that like in the future you don't have to do it
Yeah.
because it just builds up the rapport.
Yeah,
And I mean, I would hope that we can continue to do this, like because our team grows, we have more
Mhm.
people, we have people we can delegate more tasks to. But
within reason, right?
With-
Like I would
yeah,
still
yeah,
be
yeah.
willing to go do any of this, no
Yeah,
matter
of
how big
course.
we are. Like if a client needed something, like,
1,000%.
so
yeah,
like, I don't think that's gonna change, because I think that's just who we are as people.
that's how we are. That's why we are really fucking different. We are pioneering the space, and a lot of people don't understand it. But that's okay. We'll give them time to catch up. So, anyways, Drake said that too.
You might as well just.
Yeah,
just-
let's
go for it.
Okay,
Daniel
this-
wants to talk about
I
Drake.
just
He's been
wanna
holding
talk
this
about-
in.
I want to talk about this Drake album because
He's gonna start rubbing himself.
I no. I'm a huge fan of rap culture. I'm a huge fan of like music because I feel like music shapes fashion. You know, the reason why fashion is the way it is because the music culture shapes a lot of it. It has the biggest influence. Of course, you have your fashion runway shows, which in my opinion are last decade, right? Last decade. They're a thing in the past. Now it's all about rap culture. I mean, rap culture is what made Richard Mille popular. It's what blew. It's what canceled Hublot. Like it just it shapes so many things that a lot of people don't understand. And
Do you agree with that?
I think, yeah, I think rap,
sneaker culture.
I, So that's what I was gonna say. Sneaker
Yeah.
culture, like
Yeah.
rap influenced Air Force Ones, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Or it was the other way
solid
around.
amount.
I don't know.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Everyone wore Air Force.
Would you
I
say
mean-
after that is like athletes?
Yeah.
yeah, but I think
fashion.
rap.
I think it's music.
I
Music?
think
and
that I think the athletes
sports.
look to the
The
rap
music.
or the music culture because, like, dude, Kanye, in my opinion, greatest artist of our generation. Like, fashion, music, influence in terms of like voice is huge. Like, it's just, I mean, when he created Yeezy, like, dude, like, it was a crazy thing, and there would be pictures of Kanye back in the day, like, you know, Kanye made skinny jeans popular again. It was a huge wave for almost a whole decade. And then he started like, you know, the 750s, like it was just a huge thing. And I think every generation has the GOAT, right, of every industry. But I Drake is the GOAT. He is. Like he is one album or one top 100 away from beating Michael Jackson.
Do you know how
Fucking
many?
really?
Do you know how many #1 songs he has? Hot 100 Billboard. This is a trivia question for Dakota. So
It's over 100.
no songs on the top 100.
Isn't
Like
it
#1.
I don't know. It's
How many-
over
how
100,
many
isn't
number
it?
ones?
How many is it?
It's 12.
12? Really?
MJ has. I'm pretty sure MJ has 13 or something like that.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But I always get the categories mixed up. But like I posted this on my story this morning. When he drops, the whole world stops. That's the truth. Like there's no artist that has this level of influence for music.
I think
No
it
one.
would have been crazy to give like, and I always say this because it would be crazy to think about giving someone like Michael Jackson or the Beatles a social media platform when they were
Yeah.
at their peak.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
think how
They did that without.
dude,
some-
they were doing that
yeah.
without it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like people
That's
flew
wild.
all over the world to
That's
see the
very true.
Beatles. Like
That is
that's
1,000% true.
crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like, can you compare?
I don't know.
But I think
That's
every
like MJ and LeBron.
but
people.
every generation has their different levels of
For sure.
complications,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yes, correct.
like
Challenges.
it's so different. Like yeah, because social media, like you know, you get news expedited, but there's also way more competition, right? Because everybody has that
Everything
same
is
level.
more saturated now.
Yeah,
Everyone has the same chance.
Yeah.
dude. Like
There's an even level playing field with social media.
Yeah,
because
like-
everyone has a shot.
we're gonna look back 20 years from now and be like, the people who always say, "Oh, this Drake album was his worst album or it was mid," like you're gonna be like, "Damn, like I lived that generation." It's like Tiger Woods. Like people don't appreciate Tiger Woods until he was gone, right? Like when he was injured, people were like, "Golf is boring. It's fucking stupid now."
It's nothing without him.
And then he came back and won the Masters, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy." That was like the greatest, like one of the greatest pinnacles in sport ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wasn't even supposed to walk. He won the Masters. But I mean,
Even like, so when we went to the Masters practice round, there was just a massive crowd following Tiger around, bro.
bro, it's
He
just
wasn't even the
different,
favorite,
bro.
And
like-
he's like, wasn't even.
It's
yeah,
just
It's
'cause he-
different, dog.
Because
Like,
he's Tiger.
it's crazy.
yeah, like I mean, y'all haven't listened to this album yet, but I've
So-
listened to it like a few times.
Who do you feel? So you know, Drake is number one. Who do you feel like is like
Ooh, here
behind
you go.
him
Ready? Your
or
Mount
the next
Mount
upcoming?
Rushmore of like your music.
We can talk
Yeah.
about that, but my question was different.
Got it.
I'll reword
Okay.
it. But
So like there's so many levels to what makes an artist great, right? Like can you bump it in every mood, right? Can you work out to it? Can you like clean your house to it? Can you chill to it? Can you party to it? Like no one does that better than Drake. So like if I were to say right now, like lyrically wise, best three artists, it was Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. And I'm not a fan of Kendrick Lamar's music, but his bars are crazy. But he doesn't drop anymore.
His like storytelling kind of.
Yeah.
J.
and then-
Cole doesn't either. He just goes on features.
Yeah, but when he called, bro,
Because
like
they get
the
paid.
yeah,
They
song
get
was
paid for
crazy.
features.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like, but then there's hits too. Like, how many hits do they have? Wheezy, right? Drake. Like, if Drake and Wheezy made like a versus, I don't even know who would win, bro. It would be pretty fucking hard. And then like a lot of people say Jay
Would be
Z.
pretty hard, yeah.
A lot of people say Jay Z's good. I'm like, Jay Z's not good. I don't think he's. I think
I
he's
think Jay
overrated.
Z is a little bit like,
was.
before our.
He
Our
was good.
generation.
Yeah.
I think he's overrated,
yeah.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think Wheezy's kind of getting that way too. Like
But
he's
he had
kind of
so many like
that was,
like-
but that's
like
bad.
no ceilings.
I mean, he was
Like,
like
bro.
he was Drake before Drake, and then he found Drake, and then
Yeah, but
He
like
said, "Hey, take over."
it's just
higher."
crazy because Drake.
because he had all the bangers and shit when we were
Yeah.
growing up, bro. Like him.
That's
and
true. But then
Kanye.
the music like acceptance
It's
level
changed.
of rap category was so different back then.
yeah,
And like now rap is like singing rap, rap, and then like feels rap.
yeah.
Right? Like no one can do it better than Drake. I mean, if someone tells me that Drake isn't the greatest rapper alive right now, tell me who else is. Within the past 3 generations, nobody can top him.
Who do you? So what I was gonna ask is, who do you think is the next
Mm.
up and coming like Drake type?
I don't know,
Music
bro.
type.
It's hard to follow, bro. It really is because I don't like modern day music. And also he was able to pivot. Right? Stay relevant to the styles,
The
right?
change of the times.
That's why a lot of people didn't like his house album.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
bro,
House
I liked
is
it.
now.
it was good, bro. Honestly,
lot of people
Nevermind
didn't.
was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
Some people can do like when Tory Lanez
RIP.
when Tory Lanez did
R.I.P., man.
Free
He's
Tory-
still alive, but
now, when he did the 80s album,
That was so
bro, that
good,
was
bro.
like that was
He is-
that's probably one of my favorite albums from him.
Tory
Because
Lanez-
he did it well. He did it really
that's
well.
on repeat in the warehouse. Fernando's
Yeah.
just like
So like all right, so like my top 3 artists of all time in terms of any category.
4 Mount Rushmore.
Okay, you talk or rap? Is it just rap?
Anything. Your Mount
Damn, that's
your
hard.
Mount Rushmore of
Rushmore.
music.
Oh, like I guess the people I go to are Drake, Kanye, John Mayer,
Mm,
and
John Mayer.
wow.
I'm a huge John Mayer fan. And I don't know. It's hard, man. I think I only have 3.
It's always personal preferences, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Post Malone. Oh, Justin Bieber. I was gonna say
Justin.
Post Malone, but his last album was not it, bro. If he came out with another banger album, like, all right, but
I feel like
Justin
so
Bieber.
so even this new Drake album, I don't think it has like a lot of like upbeat bangers.
That's what Dakota was saying. There's not
there's only like
a,
2.
like a hype. Like
So, and then you just said that about Post Malone. So like, I wonder why there's not those bangers anymore. You know what I mean?
I feel like he
are we shifting to a more like what you're saying?
like
Well,
calmer, like
yeah.
vibey.
I think he tried to satisfy both crowds, like old and new. So he had to like do a little bit of both because the album split into 2 moods. The first part of the album before the DJ Screw interlude was like trying to rap, trying to be, upbeat. Of course, he had Virginia Beach, the first one, but like the second part of the album was more like the old Drake, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same type of vibe, maybe a little bit of Views. So, I mean, it's hard because there's not as much depth to music as there was when Take Care dropped. Like, I remember he spent like months breaking down Take Care and the kind of story that it entailed. And now it's just music is music. That's it. There's no depth to it. Like,
because he's rapping about stuff that people can't relate to anymore.
yeah, because he's too fucking rich, dude. Like,
All I
think
know
that, you
is
think that's what it is. It's
maybe.
relatability.
Yeah, but we need another. What's the album with him and Future when they did one together?
yeah,
What a
yeah.
Time to Be Alive.
Yeah,
Bro, that was
that
wild.
is
That was a good one.
talk about hype.
Yeah.
Those songs on there.
That's what I mean. There's like
Jump
Yeah.
in,
something
big
like that,
rings.
right? Like
Yeah.
like you said, like workout. Like you're in the gym, like fucking.
Like you can,
I don't know.
That
Hype.
like the
hype.
song I want to come out of a football tunnel
Yes,
to.
that's
into
what
a
I'm kinda
stadium.
talking about.
yeah, I like that kind of Drake, but I like more.
I'm not coming out to slamming you out.
Yeah.
the fuck?
And
I
the-
like
Hey,
I
I
like
used to listen to before I raced. I used to listen to calm music though.
Oh really?
Like I would put on like Aaliyah, like like slow
oh
R&B.
yeah, I fuck with
I don't
that.
know because
Yeah.
like when your nerves are up, like I don't like. I don't know.
No,
just-
I like that too. I agree.
I would calm myself before, like
Yeah.
kind of like the calm before the storm type shit. So like
I
would, like,
used to
calm my brain.
squat to John Mayer's "Burning in a Dancing Room" and "Gravity." That was my first ever bodybuilding song.
My
was
favorite,
"Gravity."
my favorite John Mayer song is "Vultures."
It's good. It's a good song.
I don't-
Good choice. That whole album is
Yeah.
fucking goated, bro.
I don't think I could tell you a John Mayer song.
"Gravity,"
I don't.
"Daughters." Damn, really, bro?
You've heard "Gravity." You have to.
I've heard them. But I couldn't tell you the.
"Gravity."
working against me. Yeah, bro. It's oh my god. All right, what are y'all's Mount Rushmores?
That's tough.
Of
So
just music in general.
yeah, so music,
yeah,
in
yeah. 'Cause
general.
I went 2 categories basically.
So if you count
3.
the Beatles, I think I put the Beatles up there. I like
Okay.
listening to the Beatles.
Slapping the Beatles.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
I've been in Liverpool and we went to the Beatles museum.
Oh
It was
shit.
cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
You
high
a-
school orchestra.
you a fan.
This may be controversial. Chris Brown.
Oh yeah, you're
Chris Brown's
right.
good.
Fuck,
I
forgot
love
about Chris
fucking-
Brown.
I
He just
love
doesn't
Chris Brown.
have classics
Man,
anymore. That's
Well,
hard.
that's but like he's up there.
He was the modern day Michael Jackson.
Correct.
1000%.
Chris
Yes.
Brown. I gotta put Ty Dolla $ign up there too. I love Ty Dolla $ign.
I like Ty Dolla $ign.
He's
yeah.
really good.
He's only good on collabs.
Oh,
I love Ty Dolla
His
$ign.
features are good.
Yeah.
And then 4, I can't think of a 4. I mean, I want to go to country to give it like everybody
Yeah.
some
That's
You don't
what-
have to.
a chance.
I listen to so many different genres. Like this is
Same,
hard.
same.
This is hard for me.
Yeah.
Like I listen to everything.
I
Same.
think so. I'm actually my 4th is gonna be 2 Friends and the Big Booty mixes that they do.
What?
Yeah,
Bro, in Florida,
Uh-huh.
all they listen to is that shit.
Big
bro.
Booty
It's-
mix.
It's pretty good. You should
It's-
put it on for him. It's
They take songs that are out right now and
Mm-hmm.
they just mix them with EDMs and they make their own beats and stuff. And it's an hour and a half long.
I do like EDM. I used to love EDM. Alesso, Swedish House Mafia, Above and Beyond.
Big Booty
stuff.
mix never fails. I can clean to it. I can work out to it.
Dakota and I were talking about this yesterday. When I was with Alpha League, we had this guy that worked for us in the warehouse, and he was like huge EDM guy, and like they'd be playing EDM, and he'd just be packing orders. He's like, "I need a fucking Molly right now."
Jesus Christ. So I mean, dude, if that's
he would be dead ass serious. Yeah, give me a fucking Molly right
that's
now.
what that's what EDM does to you. Not promoting that, but Yeah.
All right,
The
Derek.
old school.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Derek, what's
That's
your
a
four?
wide range, bro.
I have to. I mean, I'd be lying if I have to put Drake. I have to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
Drake. I'm trying to also think back, like growing up too. Like I listened to a fuck ton of Lil Wayne, so I have to put.
Yeah,
Wayne
you gotta put
there.
Wayne. You gotta
Flow
put Wayne.
Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas. Oh,
I have to put Linkin Park because I have
there you
Okay.
go. There you
Linkin
go.
Park all my life. Rest in peace, Chester. But that fourth one, man, I don't know.
I may
I
swap.
want to go. I kind of want to go country too because I still love a lot of country.
Yeah.
But I would have to put like George Strait, you know, like the
Classic.
The goat. The goat.
the Texas
Yeah.
goat. You
That
know?
is Texas.
Yeah.
Like I can sing every one of it. I feel like this is how you should rate it. If you can sing like
80% of their
80
songs.
of their percent of their
Yeah.
catalog, and like I
Okay.
could sing almost
Yeah.
every fucking.
Those are my
country song.
4. I could sing like 80%. Yeah.
Weezy, I can sing most of them. Drake, I can sing most of them. Linkin Park, I can sing probably all of them.
Yeah.
And Incubus will get on honorable mention, but like
I'll give
that's
Black Eyed
90s
Peas
rock is,
honorable
like,
mention.
grew up.
Damn.
I love Black Eyed
Peas.
Peas, dude. Yeah.
You
The
like
Monkey
Fergie?
Business album. Oh my god.
Pump it.
Yeah.
He likes Fergie. That's why.
Yeah, dude.
He's
Yeah.
Fergalicious.
I had a crush on him.
I'd have to see like because I go seeing like up and coming rappers. I go by the freshman freestyle, the double XL freshman freestyle. Dude, it's so bad. Every year it's worse and worse. So it's like hard to really gauge how the rap culture is going, bro. It's just bad, bro.
Well,
Who do you think is close to Drake? And then I'm not talking about like Kanye, or like I'm talking about like newer, like a new, like who is like taking
The
the
new
industry by like
the new age young boy.
Youngboy?
He had the most streams in 2022.
I mean, Don T's up there too. I think.
But
I love Don Toliver. Bro.
yeah, Don Toliver's.
I was
good as
listening
fuck.
to.
Yeah.
I was.
I mean, he's
one
new
of those
age.
guys.
Yeah.
I was listening to him before his mainstream.
But young boy,
I was.
NBA young boy is definitely the high. I mean, he was the highest stream. Like
Bro, I don't know
Minutes
if I've
streamed.
even heard it.
I don't listen to his
music.
music.
I mean, Lil Baby's new stream,
Lil
Da
Baby.
Baby's new stream, like
nah,
compared
but
to
Lil
Drake.
Lil Baby fell off.
compared to
Um,
Drake, they're all new stream.
Yeah, so Gunna's surpassing Lil Baby now.
Do you think it's Bad Bunny?
Ooh, that's tough because like I don't even understand his music. it's just entertaining. That's all
Yeah.
it is. So like it's hard to
But
rate.
bro, he released an album and it overtook the world, bro.
Yeah,
It's
because
true.
he grasped.
Is that the
both
rainbow one with
the heart?
heart.
Yeah,
Heart,
yeah,
heart, not
yeah.
the rainbow,
That, dude,
Not even.
he made so much money off the album because
I love that album though.
he took both like parts of the world, the English speaking and the Spanish
That's
speaking.
what I mean.
And,
He
like,
was
just
able to merge it. and,
dominated.
like, that's really hard to do.
But he's only had one good album because the ones before with J Balvin were good, but they weren't.
That's kind of what I mean though, like up and coming. Like, do you think? Because now he's like
Yeah.
very like even more well known. So do you?
Okay,
think
so
he
I
can
say
keep
Buff
the
Bunny.
momentum
I say
going.
Buff Bunny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Buff.
I'd say Bad Bunny. 100%. I agree.
Bad
with
Bunny.
you.
Look at
Bad Bunny is,
Pero-
I mean, fuck, bro. Like he is. Yeah.
Funny story about his songs.
top 50 global.
We were listening to them in the warehouse a lot, and he says pero a lot, pero,
Oh.
and I'm like, why is he saying dog, Derek? He's saying butt. I'm like, what? I'm like, doesn't pero mean dog?
Pero. That means butt too. Yeah. Wait, I thought.
Yeah, it's
Pero.
1 R versus 2 R's.
Yeah.
But
then,
when he says it, it sounds like he's saying dog.
but then it also means fart.
Really?
Yeah. Un pero.
Who knows what he's saying?
Yeah.
But I think it's Bad Bunny, bro. Yeah, I think he's like the up and coming. Like,
so with fashion right now, you know, there's not really a whole lot going on, but I really do. How do y'all feel about like fashion going towards like the 90s? Because right now it is very much like vintage, oversized everything, flared everything, baggy again, baggy's back in. Like, what do y'all feel about that?
I think it's cool to see because like that's the style or the era we grew up in, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you
Yeah.
kind of look back and you see,
Overalls.
like for me, it's like looking back, you see like the '90s sports team, like what are the coaches and players were wearing, and it's like that's coming back. And
Yeah. Fashion's a
like
cycle.
what your
I
what your
feel like-
parents were wearing, and
I feel like that stuff's also more comfortable than wearing tight, skinny jeans.
Mhm.
Like, think about wearing tight, skinny jeans in a hot ass like restaurant or a place.
I do that shit.
Like, I'm
But
sweating
even
my
like
butt off all
even
day.
like graphic tees for the 90s, like the one you just bought, right? Like graphic tees from the 90s are selling for like 40, 50, 60 bucks now too. So
I think it'll last like a
crazy.
decade.
People are just like recycling their old closet and making fuck ton of money.
Do y'all think skinny jeans will come back?
I hope not.
I think they will. Well, the amazing part about like today's day and age is even though fashion determines what is relevant and what isn't, because we grew up in the 90s and it is 2023, your own style can be spiced up so well.
Correct.
Like there's still people wearing the staple black skinny jeans with nice boots and it still looks pretty nice. And then there's people who don't even wear it anymore because they consider it out of date or out of style.
I need more of those Zephyr straight leg jeans, bro. It's my favorite.
Or I am creating some really nice shit. I can't wait.
I need
you guys
jeans,
to see
bro.
everything.
Make some jeans.
I think
Jeans are, to me, are not in anymore. It's more trousers. I want to see you in a pleated trouser.
All right,
Tucked in
make some.
t-shirt. I am, bro. They're gonna be fucking
All right.
Are those like the plaid pants?
pleat.
I rely on Daniel for all my fashion
Yeah, I'm gonna create.
wardrobe.
It's all black. So it's gonna be fucking dope. So, it is cool because like there are certain things that we have extracted from each cycle and kept a staple, and then just integrated it with like what's relevant now. Let's see, like that's why rappers are such a big influence because I look for like, except what Kanye's doing right now. He's he's wearing leggings and shit. It'd be fucking crazy. But like what Drake's wearing right now,
About to
like
pull a Bruce Jenner.
like crazy big balloon jeans.
It's like the 2000s style.
Yeah.
Remember like Jinko jeans, fucking
Oh
Echo,
my
like
god,
Jinko?
Jinko!
What is that?
Holy shit, I haven't heard that.
What is that?
in a
just
long
really
time.
fucking baggy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It was a brand too.
just go
I've
watch
heard of
any, like,
Echo.
go watch any like rap video from the 2000s, and they're all wearing big.
Echo was always
MTV.
in Kohl's.
Sucker Free Countdown,
Yeah.
that type of shit. Hell yeah, bro. But yeah.
Do you ever think there will be a point to where like technology is intermixed with like clothing, like
They tried that.
like there's like a long sleeve and like
We talked about
you'll
that.
get the. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, last time.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
like
think it's gonna happen. I guess maybe that's why I'm going back to that.
so. All right, so I feel a couple things right now with like
Or like monitoring your heart rate, shit. Like like
yeah.
actual
Mm.
beneficial stuff.
So I had a discussion with Zach, our client. I think it was before you hopped on the call. The people who grew up like before technology was like mainstream, like AKA millennials and like older, we see all this technology coming in, automating a lot of people's work, making people more lazy. I feel like the millennials and like the boomers and stuff, they just want to get back to like the old days.
Simplicity.
They want to get back to the hard work, manual labor. They don't want to do all this automated shit unless it really makes their life easier, because a lot of people who are doing the automated shit are people who've never really achieved anything. They just want to cut corners. So with like apparel, like I don't think it'll be accepted at all for a long time, because like people are starting to fight back against like automation. Like in a lot of ways, like people are they just want to get back to like face-to-face interactions, the old school shit. Like,
Bro, I think we're gonna be in like bodysuits and shit.
that would be crazy. Can you
And
imagine that?
like 30 years.
I feel like
30
they-
years?
I feel like they put tech in like a jacket
Yeah.
to start
There's
with,
gonna
because
be-
a t-shirt would be hard.
Yeah, maybe not like form-fitting. Maybe something like it can change the color of the jacket or change the silhouette of it, right? Like,
Because a jacket's a little
I
easier.
mean, if you
than-
just
Yeah,
think of
yeah,
like
looser fitting.
what Elon is trying to do with like the brain chip,
the Neuralink. Yeah,
implementing technology into the human body, like to me, I feel like the step before that is probably implementing something in
yeah, like why can't I change my shorts by just opening on my phone on an app and being like, I want this print. Boom.
that would be
real life NPC shit
and just
like-
never smell like shit.
Yeah.
Like your shorts never had Hershey stains
Yeah,
or
exactly.
your underwear.
Yeah.
It just sheds a layer.
Yeah.
It's fucking-
I really, I hope it never gets to that. Like not before I'm dead. Like
Yeah.
I want it to be as like face to face, old school, manual as possible. I really like this vintage route. I love that it'll last a whole decade. I think until 2030 it'll be relevant.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like
I'm keeping it going.
30 years.
Yeah,
ago.
dude,
like
I
all
love
that
it,
stuff.
man. It's
Yeah.
so
hard-
awesome.
The hard thing with vintage and the graphic tees is like you wear it a couple times and you're like, fuck, like, do I want to wear it again? Because
Mhm.
you kind of feel like you've burnt the wears out.
Oh, I
don't-
can't do graphics. Yeah.
Because he wears a lot of planes, you wear a lot of planes.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm scrolling through my closet and I've seen my graphics, I was like, I wore that last week. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that's how I feel
Yeah.
about my shoes too.
Planes-
You gotta have like a month or two cycle between
Yeah.
wears.
Yeah, I can't do. I don't think I've ever really owned a graphic tee unless it just said the
Mhm.
name.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like it. I can't like. I'm a fan of just like simplicity, not a lot of color to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not it's just everyone's different, but yeah.
I
Maybe they'll make a technology where it would change the graphic.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, they have those ones where they put the
That
screens
fucking-
on
that-
them.
saw
the
those
middle
in
of the
Vegas,
mall
yeah.
shit, like Abdul selling that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah,
We thought about getting you one. I forgot what we were gonna put on it.
Oh,
though.
yo,
would-
shit. What was it?
It
gonna
would
be?
stay in my office, bro. It would not leave. Fucking hell no.
We're gonna put like a dick on it or something. I don't remember.
I'm a coming. I'm coming. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I
Good.
think we can wrap it up there. I mean, we don't really need to do our regular intro because we didn't educate anybody on anything business related. But hope you guys enjoyed the current state of Relay and a little bit of real world conversation.
Drake.
And yeah, like we've been talking about, we really believe in the path we're on, and we're excited to continue to put out more podcasts and more of these internals. And I think we're gonna do along with the internals, we're gonna do internals with more of our employees, not just Austin. So we'll have Dakota, we'll have Fernando, and we're trying to brainstorm on how we want to structure those. So we'll probably record one of those next week and give you guys something to look forward to on that front.
That U table would be ideal. So it'd be like 5. That would be kind of fun.
Oh yeah. Oh,
We
you
just
just
need
need
more
to be
mics.
more guests. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I keep saying like I would love to have like all my whole teammates.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
here,
'cause, like,
do like,
Wherever we want
Yeah.
to put it. Yeah, I think it'll fit that space.
and then yeah, we can even do like us 4 with Dakota and like other shit. So
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Relay Radio.